What's going on, everybody? I pray y'all are doing well and having a blessed day as we give the Most High all the honor, the glory, and all the praise and worship. Another thing I do is try my best to save, a lot of people money, churches money. Not trying to knock the people that do it, but some people, don't really have money to afford to get stuff repaired. And I've been taking apart organs since I was probably 15 years old. But on this Leslie here, I'm out here at New Life Bible Fellowship, Pastor Tony. As you can see, this organ is very old. Well, I got the camera on the Leslie right now, but a lot of times people really be ready to give up on these Leslies when it's just simple. If you can see right here, I put me and my little brother, we actually made that that belt that's on the horn. And if you know anything about these Leslies, you got the horn at the top, you know what I'm saying? You got your two motors, and you got, of course, on the organ, your Leslie switch is over there. But a lot of times what you can do also is get some contact spray. But this, I don't know if you can see this real good, but this is the belt that came off of the horn. So when I took the back of the Leslie off, this was just hanging underneath the horn. It wasn't even on the motor. And there's no way this would work because it's all stretched out of shape. And to my organ players, big shout out to all of y'all. I always tell people, man, get your organ oiled at least once a year. Some people do it before then. But you can get the oil and put it in the horn, of course, and then oil you want at the bottom also. But this particular Leslie speaker here have a lot of dust in it too. So another thing you want to do is get you some contact cleaner. It sprays on, blow off with no residue right away. And it helps out a lot because a lot of times during the years, a lot of dust accumulates in these Leslies. Now the rest of the organ is pretty cool, except I think 2 draw boards are out. But as far as the foot pedals, all the tubes down there, they okay. And that's pretty much about it. And then another thing, that Leslie card, that pin slot right there a lot of times gets real loose. But then this is the volume knob right here. But all these tubes right here are pretty cool. And what's going on too is you got to remove the speaker, which I'm about to do. You got to remove the speaker. A lot of times what happens too is those brackets up under the subwoofer gets loose, and the organ Leslie will start rattling in so many ways. I'm trying to help somebody out here. When you hear that noise, that's a lot of times what it is. And then, like I say, it need oil on it too. So I've already taken the back off. I just wanted to share this with y'all. You can save a lot of money. You can go online and order these. They probably about $14, $15. But I recommend you, if you're gonna get the top one, go ahead and get the bottom one too if it haven't been replaced in a while. Take that back of that organ, Leslie. Take the back of it off the Leslie, and like I say, get your contact cleaner. Go through it and make sure you oil it real good. Check out your other components out. Trying to think anything else I can help you with. I say you emailed me at the right time. For some reason, I don't know how you knew I was doing this. This actually is a Saturday morning, and I'm out here at the church, New Life. I was telling Pastor Tony, I can help you save your church some money, man. And we already got one big problem taken away. Now, the other thing going on is I'm going to have to take this switch apart. Because a lot of times what goes on with these switches is that that little component, it gets tangled up sometime. But you got to take the switch apart to do that. Now, that's just what I'm guessing at what's wrong with it right now. Or it could have been the whole switch done went out. But I'm going to find out in a minute, because what I don't hear, let me say it like this. What's going on now is it's in high speed mode, and it's not going to, when you click it, it's not going over to the slow mode. Now, some organ models, they have the fast mode, off mode, and slow motor spin. And them the ones I really like. But a lot of times these switches do go out. This particular organ, This is a very old organ. It's so old, I don't even see the name of it on there. And I know it's not a C3, and it's definitely not a B3. And it's not, I don't think it's an A100, but it's an old model, but it still got some kick in it, you know. But nowadays, you know, they doing these organs in a whole nother way now, man, where you don't even hold down the button to turn a lot of them on. Now it's just, it turn on like a keyboard. So, but I'm gonna go ahead and get with this. I just want to share this with you, Brother B. You know who you are. And yeah, when you put that string on there, some may call it the belt, OEM belt. Just make sure you got it on there all the way, because if you're not, it's gonna fall off. And the same thing with that one down there. I haven't taken that one off yet. But once you remove that subwoofer, I think that's a 15. Once you remove that 16 amp subwoofer speaker, then it's a bracket right there. But you got to remove that speaker to get to that bottom Leslie belt that spins. So with that being said, man, everything else look okay on this organ. And I'll probably do another video to show you when I take this speaker off. So with that being said, man, have a wonderful, blessed day. Shalom. Okay, Brother B, I just took the speaker out. You have about 8 screws. And like you say, when you go online and look at the video, it's really not nobody telling you what that is, and the camera is not close enough. But all it is just a flathead screwdriver. But this is what it looked like when you take the speaker off. Like I said, it's right here. A lot of dirt in there. But this is that bracket I was talking about. That's what makes a lot of noise. A lot of times it gets loose. As you can see, this one got a lot of foul play in it. The belt it's okay, but it's got a little play in there. I would say go on and take this belt off and replace it. This is the lower belt. Up here you got the top, the top one, but down here you have the lower belt. So I'm gonna clean it. And like I say, when you got it apart, you might as well oil it. Order you some oil online, or if you know some store that have it. I get mine off of the B3 guys online. They pretty good. I was gonna say that too. If you ever need a whole lot of organ parts, go to the B3 guys online. They located in Nashville, Tennessee. But they pretty much have everything in stock. They're not really slacking on a whole lot of stuff. Like you say, some people they out of it. But that's where you can go. So that's why I got the 2 belts for this one at. So just wanted to show you this too. This is what it looked like once you take the speaker off. And you go from there and see if the belt needs to be replaced. But like I said, if the belt ain't been replaced in a year, go ahead and replace it anyway, because they start getting real tired, I like to say. So like I say, those are the screws. You got about 8 screws right there. It's just, all it is a flathead, regular flathead screwdriver. And that's it. So let me get to putting this back together, and you have a blessed day. Y'all take care and shalom. Have a blessed weekend. Okay, B. We're gonna see where we at now. I'm gonna let me warm the organ up right quick, of course. Old school, man. You gotta wait for a minute. And it was just coming over straight playing, not on these. Okay. Now, it does need a new belt. Like I say, that belt, that's a homemade belt right here on this top one. Like I say, as soon as the real one come in, I'm going to take that one back off. That's why it's got that little click in there, because my little brother put it in there with a little knot. But it got us through Sunday. It'll get you through, the service. But you want to put the real one on there. So it's on its way. It should be here in a few days. But this one, notice the noise went out. But when they take too long to get up in speed, to get to the high mode, then it's time to replace that belt. So this belt got some play in it. It's almost like working on a car. When your alternator belt it start going out. You start getting that slack in it. you don't want that slack. You want it to fit, you know, right in there snug and in the way where it don't have that slack. And what that slack gonna do is it's gonna make it take a long time to get up to the high speed, and you don't want that because you want that sound, you know, to be right like you want it. So I told you I was gonna show you the rest of it when I took it apart. I tightened up the bracket, of course, but that clicking noise you hear is coming from up here. But it's still something going on here between the switch and the Leslie here. It may need a whole new switch because it's still not. See, notice when you click it, it's not slowing down. So for some reason, it's stuck in fast mode. But like I say, I'm gonna take this apart next. That could be what all that is. Just it could be stuck because them things get jammed a lot of times, and you'll see that if you take it apart. So with that being said, just wanted to show you the little finished outcome here. But we will replace this belt too as soon as it come in. All right, have a wonderful, blessed day, man. Shalom. Now you hear that? Quiet. You don't hear that noise no more. And then another thing, under this little pin under that bracket, it's like a, I would say call it like a little ball, but it pushed down in that styrofoam. Really, these are made of wood, but it matches up with that. And if that comes loose also, that's the noise you hear while it's wobbling from side to side. But if you hear it now, I fixed it, it's nothing. It's quiet. That's what you want it to sound like. You hear it? Whoo! And like I said, I use my contact spray. And I done pretty much done sprayed the organ down. I'm gonna clean it a little bit more. And like I said, I'm gonna leave the back of it off because when the oil arrives here in the mail, I'm gonna oil it down. Notice up there on the horn, it tell you where the oil is. It say oil right here. Like I said, I'm gonna say this again. I recommend that you at least oil these things once a year. Some people do it twice and 3 times out of the year, depending on how much they use their organ. But just put your oil in there. But I want you to hear how quiet it is. That's it. That's what you want to hear right there. Quietness. And notice it's tight, so it's not wobbling anymore. My girl Zanetta, she gonna love this when she get back on it at church. Big shout out to you, Zanetta. Y'all have a blessed day. All right, Brother B. I think I see what it is. If you notice, this is the Leslie switch. That's why I said it was stuck in high mode. But if you notice, this wire is not even hooked up. Look like it came loose from soldering. If you can see the spot right there. So what we have to do is get a soldering gun, get a little piece of soldering wire and hook that back up. And then when that happens, then I believe that's all that's wrong with it. So I told you I was going to show you everything as I put this video together. Those 4 screws that I just took out is a 3/16, real small millimeter, 3/16. And it's 4 of them, and that's all you need, and it comes loose. The bracket folds back. And then when you put it back, just make sure you put it back in the right way. Switch is facing, of course, you as your own organ. So with that being said, be blessed.